I considered not vlogging today because I didn't have anything to talk about. And so in that case, it's kind of like, well, why would you? And then I was like, yeah, I guess it won't be daily vlogs. And then I forgot the entire reason I was doing this in the first place, which was to document my progress, not just as a human, vocally, but also physically. And then I got on Twitter, and I've been on Twitter a lot in the past few days, too much, way more than usual. Because I've been bored, and I've been procrastinating a little bit. So I'll open up Twitter. I just want to look. I just want to see something funny, obviously. So I look, and this was like my last Twitter check of the day before I go watch Moneyball. Is going to be the movie tonight. Because I'm getting over my whole little thing where I don't want to watch a movie that I've never seen before until I can watch it with friends and experience it in that way. Where it's like all fresh and stuff with either friends or a boyfriend or lover or whatever, and we can watch it together and it's so cute and cool. I'm getting over that, and I'm just gonna watch the movies that I want to watch that I know are good. So I'm watching Moneyball tonight, and I have a bunch of snacks for it that I stuffed in my bra and walked around outside and then walked upstairs with them in my bra. To be fair to myself, I did not overeat today, and even eating this will not be overeating. Okay, so I've been eating great. Anyway, who cares? Like I said, I opened up Twitter and I saw a video of a kid doing a dance to a song from Bendy and the Ink Machine. I didn't even know it was from that. I couldn't hear anything. I just saw the title saying something about, kid dancing to Bendy. And I saw maybe 3 seconds of the video in the preview, and I was like, okay, I know what this is. And then I clicked on it, and I scrolled. Pure curiosity. Not even really curiosity. I can't call it that. I knew what I was gonna see, but I scrolled just to check, and of course it was a whole collection of people sharing videos upon videos of kids in classrooms dancing to whatever song is related to their hyperfixation at the moment in time that they decided to bring that into the classroom. And it's I understand wanting to laugh and finding certain things funny and being like, oh my god, that's so cringe, da da da. I love cringe stuff. I used to watch videos specifically. There was a channel that I used to watch the hell out of that only posted cringe comps, but the majority of the stuff that was in that was like body aching, you would hate to be in the situation cringe. Most of it, as far as I can remember, or I just blocked out the rest, most of it was not, we're making fun of this person because they are not socially aware enough to understand that this isn't cool. What you're doing right now is not cool. And I also saw a post earlier too, I assume it was from Toby Fox, whatever it was, whoever it was from, whether it was from him or somebody else who just put it in the Undertale format. It had what is the dog's name in Undertale? I don't know, but it had the dumb little dog, and it had the Undertale box, white, whatever, black and white. And in the box, the text said something like, my superpower is thinking that whatever I'm doing is cool, even if it isn't, and like doing it anyway. And yeah, that is a superpower, because because here's the thing, all of these videos of these kids, we don't know if their parents are nice to them or mean to them. You would assume the majority of their parents are nice to them, or else they wouldn't even be able to get up on stage and do that. But some of them surely have mean ass parents. And some of them surely, despite having mean ass parents and mean ass classmates and no one around that they can share their interests with really deeply, surely they still just pushed through and did the thing that they wanted to do anyway. And every time I see that kind of video online, it is treated like a spectacle. But most people can't do that. Most of us can't do that. Most of us are too wrapped up in our own egos that we can't do it. And you can be like, well, and there are some kids that think they're like the wizard that's come back from the dead and blah, 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 and their ego's actually way bigger than anybody else's. Okay. And they think they're a wizard and they're having a great time. What are we complaining about? What are we complaining about? I don't get it. I don't get what the complaints are about. I don't get what the complaints are about. I don't get why we're making fun of these kids. I don't get it. This I don't get, because when I look at that, I'm like, okay, and I'm not better for this. I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I'm better because da-da-da. I can't think off the top of my head some of the fucked up stuff that I've laughed at, where I'm like, oh my god, wow. But, you know, I laugh at some stuff that people would be like, oh my god, why are you laughing at that? It's usually probably to do with, like, white people. I'm sorry. Which is crazy, because I'm not black enough for most black people. So it's crazy I'll be laughing at white people, but whatever. Point being, if I can regain my thoughts, because right now I'm having a hard time doing that. Yeah. When I auditioned for Les Mis, and I had been practicing, and my parents kind of didn't really care. Like, they knew I liked to do musicals and stuff, but they were more concerned that I was being loud in the hallway or in the stairwell. And, you know, I couldn't really be in the house doing it because it was just weird. And it was like, or at the apartment, it was just weird. They made me uncomfortable about, like, playing cello in the house, singing in the house, doing whatever. They were very back and forth about the whole thing. You know, they were like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can be a performer if you want to. But then they would be very weird about it. I don't know. It's very difficult to explain. I'm not there yet. But if I had half of what I perceive to be as courage and strength and perseverance and not giving a fuckedness, whatever you want to call that, if I had even half, if I had a quarter of that, because I've been on stages before, and half the time that I get on a stage, I start shaking up. I start getting shaky, and I start getting nervous. You know, one of the first times I can remember that I was on stage, not with my mom, I was just singing in I believe 3rd grade, and my voice was shaking for half of the song, and at some point I started telling the audience to sing with me because I was so scared. There was another time that I had to tell, and this was after the Les Mis thing. We were doing not fully a talent show, but just whatever. I had to tell the tech team to restart the song for me because I had started early because I was nervous. With Les Mis, I had been practicing this song, and I was singing it. Can I tell you, I was singing it. Other people thought I was singing it. I had people pass me in the hallway right before I went into the audition room. Again, this is high school, but still. And they were like, oh my god. I was like, and I was like, wait, really? Oh my god. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, okay, I can do this. And then I walk in that room, And then I flubbed. I was shaky. My stance was poor. I didn't perform. I just didn't. You know, now that I think about it as well, I think the same thing might have happened. I did like an acting and modeling program when I was younger as well. And it came down to a final audition. And I only remember it slightly vaguely, but I sang my token song at the time, which was Fireflies by Owl City. It's a good song, and I can sing it, but in front of a crowd, I got scared, whatever. I think the modeling part, I did fine, because you don't have to open your mouth. But then I think when it came to doing the monologues, I didn't fully freeze up, but I didn't perform. I didn't project the way I wanted to. I didn't interact, you know, with my body and my scenery the way that I would want it to. And the same thing happened in that choir room when I auditioned for Les Mis. Because I was auditioning for, what's her name? The part that Anne Hathaway plays, and then Eponine. I was auditioning for both of those. And I don't even remember if I got to sing my actual audition song or not. I really don't remember. What I do remember is singing Anne Hathaway song, which I'm having so much trouble right now. I'm so sorry. What I do remember is singing that, and that was oh my gosh. The dream, you know, that one. I was shaky, I was fumbly, I was not putting as much emotion into the song. I was trying so hard not to shake and tremble that I couldn't focus on getting the emotions out of my face. I couldn't feel the song out. And then the kicker is the note that I had been practicing for weeks, which is just breath control. I couldn't hold the note because I got scared. I got scared, and I was not in control of my performance because I was scared. And when I think back to moments like that, you know, obviously there were times afterwards, and the only reason I kept going on stage is because I love performing. And so there were parts that I got and parts that I didn't get. There were parts that I got and I didn't get to go do because my parents were mad at me for not taking out the trash. So it's like, whatever. But when I think back to those times, and then I see a kid getting made fun of on the internet for doing a goofy dance, but I see that kid and they're putting their whole heart into it, it's very difficult for me to look at that and be like, haha, goofy idiot dummy kid. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. And it's like, be careful what you wish for, grass greener, yada yada, whatever. You don't wish you had that. Yeah, obviously, but like, because it comes with a lot more issues and other things that I don't have to deal with, even though I am, you know, odd and strange and whatever. There's a lot that is not front facing with me. Most of the stuff that I have to deal with is very hidden. I present pretty normal. So either way, it's very difficult for me to look at those kids and laugh at it, because I can't do that. I mean, maybe I would hope that I can now. I haven't tried in a while. Not to that extent. Actually, no, that's not true. I guess I did try like last year. And I still couldn't fully do it. I was on camera and I was still kind of hiding on the camera. The best time that I sang, I got on the floor and had my face out of frame, and that was my best song. I still struggle with that. But there are kids out here who go to their classroom and they just run it. And they're very expressive and they're rehearsed and they know what they want to do. And they just go and do it. And I think that's really cool. So, probably shouldn't be making fun of these kids. Shouldn't be making fun of them in the first place, because it's not like they're doing anything wrong, but I mean, why are we making fun of these kids for shit that most of us can't even do? Because this isn't just me, this is so many people. You motherfuckers won't even go ask out a girl that you like, and you're laughing? You're laughing? Ridiculous. Goodbye. Good night. I hope Moneyball is good. And if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. Because apparently Jonah Hill did Moneyball specifically because he felt like he resonated with the part, even though it wasn't, you know, the regular funny guy, beep bitty bitty, all over the place type of part. It was a part that allowed him to show more of his acting prowess, his chops. And he took it, and a lot of people say that he really, really nailed it. And also, it's like sports. So if you like sports, that's in there. And probability. There's numbers, which is what's dragging me in. I don't know if I'll ever do fantasy football. I don't even know if I'll do fantasy for Melee. We'll see. Balls up. Okay, bye.